What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Eddie Wright, and we're here to show you how to do amazing barbecue. Today, we're doing something special. Our first of many versus battles between the Yoder Y640 and our GMG Jimboy Prime. With that being said, today's challenge is Battle Brisket. We're gonna take two briskets, similar size weight. We're gonna trim them down, get them ready to go on both of the units, and we're gonna smoke them on the upper rack using the exact same temperature and hopefully the exact same time techniques, exact same seasoning palettes, and we're gonna see and compare the difference between the both. With that being said, let's get each grill fired up, ready to go. All right, both grills are turned on, coming up the temp. I'm gonna show you the proof. Smoke out of each chamber, and they're coming up the temp. While that's going on, we're gonna go in, break these prime briskets down, get them trimmed and ready to go. Get the upper rack in the GMG so it can start getting heated up. Then we're gonna bring them back out, place one on both units. Stay tuned for the results.
Moments later.
All right, the briskets are trimmed and ready to go. We're gonna use two simple seasoning elements: Chupacabra's Brisket Magic and TX Brisket Rub by Killer Hogs. We're gonna layer TX Brisket Rub first, then the Chupacabra, flip, and do the same thing. Let's go. All right, guys, we got our briskets seasoned up and ready to go. We're gonna take each one out to its appropriate smoker and put it fat side down, point side toward the exhaust. Let's go.
Bring it.
Yeah, come on. All right, brisket one, going on the GMG.
There's brisket 2 going.
Brisket 2 is going on the Yoder.
Okay. The Yoder. This is the new grill, right?
Yes, this is the new grill.
This is what it looks like.
And fat side down, point toward the exhaust, center mass. That's how we're gonna rock it. Get it in and close. Both grills are rolling between 220 and 235. We're gonna let them roll here for about 3 hours first. Then we're gonna crank it up to probably about 245, and we're gonna roll it all the way out. Let's roll some smoke. One of the things we're going to do now, it's been past 2 hours, we're going to go ahead and up the temp on both our GMG Jimboy Prime and our Yoder Y640S. So we'll start with the Yoder. We'll go to the Fireboard app. Our current temp, as said, as you can see, is 225, currently posting at 215. We're going to up that to 250. $250, our new set temp. Let's go ahead and change that, and top number should change, and there we go. We're gonna go back out, and we're gonna go to the Green Mountain Grill app. Currently, again, 225. Gonna change that set temp to 250. So that should change. Boom, and it does. Now both grills should be going up in temp, and we're gonna let that go for another 6 hours. We're gonna go outside, check, and see how our briskets are looking. And this is gonna be our control test.
Moments later.
Well, back out here on the grill, checking in about 5 hours later. We're looking for an amazing brisket. Back out about 5 hours later, we're looking at our brisket. This is on the GMG. It is looking nice, beautiful looking bark. Hope you guys can see that. We already temped it. It's tipping around 165, almost 170. We're gonna go ahead and wrap. We had it at 250. We broke it down to about 205. It's coming down. We were running a little bit hot. Again, down here with 250, we know there's temp loss going up to the upper grate, so we would say if it was reading 300 at the bottom, I'd say we would get 250, no less 245 on top, but this one cooked a lot faster than what the one on the Yoder's cooking. So let's go check out the one on the Yoder before we wrap this. Here is our brisket on the Yoder Y640S. Great, amazing amber color. Not a huge bark setup just yet. What we're gonna do, we're running at, set at 250, we're running about 232 because we opened the lid. We're gonna crank it up here to about 275 until the internal temp gets about 160. We're gonna see what the bark looks like. And then we're gonna wrap this one, 160, 165. We're just gonna wait for a good bark, good dark bark, and then we're gonna wrap this one. But for right now, let's go ahead and get the brisket on the GMG wrap and back on. We'll be back. Before we wrap, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at this brisket under some amazing light. The bark is looking good. It's a great amber, real dark amber color on the backside. This backside here was closest to the wall. You can see where it gets a lot of darkness here. It starts to lighten up across this side, which was toward the lid, which is understandable. One thing we'll probably do next time, we'll probably rotate the brisket around 360 degrees to get this backside the same as much exposure, the same heat exposure as this, to get the front side the same as, so we can get the front side the same amount of heat exposure as this backside. You can see now that there is a difference from the heat rolling back over from the backside of the Green Mountain Grill. We're gonna go ahead and get this wrapped, get them back on.
A few moments later.
And brisket number 2 off the Yoder YS640S is looking very amazing. We're in the 160s right now. We're at the stall. Again, just like the GMG, it's a little darker coming from this side forward. Back side was facing more toward that back wall of the upper rack, but looks like we got a nice bark for them. We're going to go ahead and get this thing wrapped before it falls down too low and get it back on the smoker. Stay tuned for more.